What if Deku had Salem's powers? Chapter 8. A display of power. 2 weeks had passed and now it was time for the UA Sports Festival to begin. During that time Izuku had spent his time training with Salem's power and started staying in his grim form full time. Everyone in Class 1AM were now gathered in a waiting room. "Oh, man. I wanted to wear my costume," Mina said. "At least everyone will be in uniforms. That'll keep things fair, right?" Ojiro said. "I wonder what the first round is gonna be," Sato wondered. "No matter what comes, we have no choice but to deal with it," Tokoyami said. "Yeah," Shuji said. "Everyone, are you ready? We will be entering soon," Taida said, coming into the waiting room. "Midori," Ashoto said. "Todoroki. What is it?" Izuku asked. "Looking at things objectively, I think we are equal in strength," Shoto said. "Is that what you think?" Izuku said. "I do. Which is why I must beat you, to prove I am stronger than you," Shoto said. "Oh. Todoroki is making a declaration of war," Kaminari questioned. Hey. Why are you picking a fight all of a sudden?" "Not now, we're about to start," Kirishima said. "We're not here to be each other's friends. Don't forget. This isn't a team effort," Shoto said. "You're right, this isn't a team effort. This is a competition, which means we'll have to step over each other. If you haven't realized that, then you've already lost. I won't hesitate to step over anyone, and so should you," Izuku said. The room was left in silence. Izuku then left the room. Yurika and Tenya quickly followed after him. "Hey Izuku, what was that back there?" Tenya asked. "The truth," Izuku said. "Hey. I've noticed that you've been staying in that form every time we see you now," Yurika said. "Yeah. Over the past 2 weeks I've gotten more comfortable in my grim form. It's also stronger and less vulnerable than my pathetic human form," Izuku said. "You remember what we," Tenya said. "Yes, I remember what you said." "I'm fine, okay," Izuku said. "Are you sure? I mean, you died and came back to life at the USJ. And then you," Yurika said. "I said I'm fine," Izuku shouted. Izuku then walked off. Shortly afterwards, Class 1AM walked out into the sports festival arena, being introduced by Present Mike. After their introduction, Present Mike introduced the classes. Standing on a stage before them was the pro hero, Midnight. "Time for the student pledge," Midnight said. Parts of the crowd were excited to see the R-rated hero Midnight. "Quiet, everyone. Representing the first-year students is Katsuki Bakugo from Class 1A," Midnight said. "Oh no," Izuku thought. "This will be good," Salem said. Bakugo then walked up to the stage. "I just want to say, I'm going to win," Bakugo said. "Fantastic," Izuku sarcastically said. The rest of the student body began to boo Bakugo. Bakugo just walked off the stage. "Now, let's get started right away. The first game is what you'd call a qualifier. Every year, many drink their tears here. Now, here is the fateful first game. This year, it's this. An obstacle race. All 11 classes will participate in this race. The course will be the outer circumference of this stadium, about 4 kilometers. Our school's selling point is freedom. As long as you stay on the course, it doesn't matter what you do. Now, take your places, everyone," Midnight said. Izuku looked forward towards the hallway out of the arena. "Start," Midnight yelled, starting the race. "Hold on a minute," Salem said. "But why? The race has started and we're going to fall behind if we wait," Izuku said. "Are we?" Salem asked. Izuku looked towards the entrance to see a sea of students jam-packed together. "The real first obstacle is the narrow exit to the course," Salem said. "Then we should avoid it at all costs," Izuku said. "What's this?" While every student is rushing to get out the door, one student is standing still. What is he thinking? Present Mike asked. Midoriya has already realized what the first obstacle is, Aizawa said. Which is? Present Mike asked. The door, Aizawa said. Izuku then turned into mist. What's this? Midoriya has turned into mist. Meanwhile in the doorway the ground suddenly began to be covered in ice. A large number of students were frozen in place. Shoto then emerged from the tunnel entering first place. Apologies, Shoto said. Don't apologize, Izuku said. Shoto looked back expecting Izuku to be behind him, but he wasn't. He turned back only to be clotheslined by Izuku's arm. I wouldn't, Izuku said. Izuku then continued on. Amazing. Midoriya has gone from last place to first in under a minute, present Mike said. A hero needs to be able to analyze their surrounds quickly and come up with a strategy. Midoriya has proven to excel in both, Aizawa said. But how will he handle the next obstacle, present Mike asked. Izuku had come face to face with a bunch of robots from the entrance exam. It's time for robot mayhem, present Mike announced. You guys again. I'll let my pets handle you lot, Izuku said. Black goo then began expanding out from Izuku. What's this? Izuku is producing black goo. I really hope that isn't something nasty, present Mike said. Grim then began to emerge from the black goo. Summoning. Midoriya has summoned creatures of the night, present Mike said. Clear a path, Izuku said. The Grim then began clearing a patch for Izuku to walk through. Midoriya is turning the robot mayhem into a cakewalk, present Mike said. Izuku was now on the other side of the first obstacle. You can stop now, Izuku said. The Grim then stopped attacking the robots. The robots quickly dispatched of the remaining Grim and closed of the path that had been created, which was a problem for some students. Some of the students had gone down the path Izuku had created, but now they were surrounded by them. Don't think you can use me to get ahead, Izuku said. There was then an explosion at the start of the robot mayhem. Bakugo then appeared above a 0-pointer. Get the fuck back here, Deku, Bakugo yelled, chasing after Izuku. Meanwhile, Shoto had just woken up after being knocked out by Izuku. Ah. What happened? Shoto asked. Shoto's eyes widened. Izuku, Shoto yelled. Shoto then got up and chased after Izuku. Several students had now made past the first obstacle and were now at the second obstacle. The second obstacle was a giant chasm with several pillars of stone connected together with lines of rope. If you thought the first obstacle was easy, let's see how you feel about the second one. If you fall, you're out. If you don't wanna fall, then crawl. It's the fall, present Mike said. When did they even have time to build something like this? Eureka asked. Azue then stepped forward before leaping onto a rope before crawling the rest of the way. She's fast, Mina said. Eureka then looked out over the canyon. What are you looking for? Mina asked. It's who? I'm looking for Izuku. He should be far ahead of us, but I don't see him, Eureka said. Now that you mention it, he could have already. Wait, no, there he is, Mina pointed out. Eureka looked to see Izuku swinging between the pillars with his stretchy arms. With one last swing, Izuku had made it to the other side of the fall. Bakugo was in hot pursuit and closing the distance. Shoto on the other hand had just made it to the fall. I'm going to beat you, Izuku, Midoriya, Shoto said. Back up in front, Izuku had come to the final obstacle. It was a minefield. A minefield. Appears that the final obstacle is designed to slow down those in first place. If it was anyone but us, Salem said. Izuku began to slowly walk through the minefield. What are you doing? Salem asked. Whilst I can run through this minefield with no worry, it would create a path for those behind us. Also, I'd like to keep some powers concealed until later, Izuku said. Smart decision, Salem said. Deku, you bastard, Bakugo yelled. Oh great, he's here Salem. Bakugo used his quirk to fly over the mines and attacked Izuku. Izuku quickly blocked Bakugo's arm, avoiding an explosion. Die, Bakugo yelled. What is wrong with you today? Izuku asked. That declaration of war was to the wrong person, Bakugo yelled. I didn't even make that declaration of war, why are you angry at me? Why aren't you fighting Shoto if his declaration hurt your ego so bad? Izuku said. Just die already, Bakugo yelled. No. You die, Izuku said. Izuku then grabbed Bakugo's arm and broke it. Bakugo let out a loud yell of pain. Izuku looked back to see the other students entering the minefield. Izuku then threw Bakugo to the entrance of the minefield. Heads up, Izuku called. Bakugo crashed into the ground, setting off several mines and taking out some students as well. I think it's time we abandoned your strategy, Salem said. I agree. But let's rub some salt into the wound, Izuku said. Izuku then used ice magic to make a path for himself. Just as Izuku made it to the other side of the minefield, Shoto arrived. Shoto looked towards Izuku but then noticed Bakugo. What are you looking at? Half and half, Bakugo said. Shoto just looked back forward before using his ice to create a path. Bakugo using his good arm to blast himself over the minefield. Back up in front, Izuku turned a corner and was now on the final straight of the obstacle course. Izuku could hear Shoto and Bakugo barreling towards him, but it was too late for them. They were too far behind. The first to make it back into the stadium is Izuku Midoriya, and winning by a significant margin. What a display, dominating in the first round, Present Mike announced. The crowd cheered as Izuku crossed the finish line. Now it's a battle for second place. Who will it be? The boy who's been hot on the heels of first place? Or the boy who has come back from last place? Let's find out, Present Mike announced. The second person to cross the finish line was Shoto, placing him in second place and placing Bakugo in third place as he crossed the finish line shortly afterwards. What took you two so long? Izuku asked. Shoto glared at Izuku. Bakugo on the other hand just walked away and headed to Recovery Girl. During the whole race there were two people watching Izuku with interest. The first was All For One. And the second was a skeleton-looking man. End of Chapter 8.